what is restraining, that he may be revealed in his own time. For the mystery of lawlessness is already at work. Only he who now restraining will do so until he is taken out of the way, and then the lawless one will be revealed, whom the Lord will consume with the breath of his mouth and destroy with the brightness of his coming. I just read it up to verse 8, friends. Paul help you to understand that Rome is now gone. That's why he says in verse 7, the mystery of lawlessness is already at work. And according to Revelation chapter 13, the whole world will wander after the beast, this Antichrist. Whenever they enforce national Sunday law that they claim, they the one they change the law, and they claim that is their mark of authority, that the Bible said the mark of the beast, because the Bible called this power the beast. And they themselves, they said they have a mark, that they call it the mark of their authority. They said it's the Sunday worship. So whenever they enforce the law, at this time it's not the mark of the beast, according to Revelation 13, unless it's an enforce. So whenever they enforce and telling the whole world to worship them, worship their Sunday, that behind the scene is the devil that wants the whole world to worship him. Even so much so that when Jesus Christ, when he was on this earth, on the witness, notice, the devil wants Jesus Christ, the Son of Man, the one who created him, he wants him to worship him. This is how wicked and a rebel the devil is. He's the rebel leader. And if you don't accept this true, this straight testimony that Jesus Christ is giving to you, the final test that he's using his humble instrument to give you, to call you out of Babylon so that you may have life and you can be saved and go to his kingdom, because he's coming. That's why he wants you to hear this message. So friends, you can make copies, these videos, and give it to everyone. I give you permission by the grace of God. Actually, it's not even mine, it's Jesus Christ. He's giving you permission. So make copies, friends, like I says, and give it to everybody, so that by the grace of God, when Jesus Christ comes, he will say, well done, my faithful servant. Because by the grace of God, you're going to help them to not have the mark of the beast, and they're going to stand for God and be safe. Friends, heaven is ceaseless ages. And do not fall into a lot of Christians that they're making their pastors their right arm. Bible says, study to show thyself approved. But now we live in the age that a lot of ministers, notice, they hypnotize a lot of members and all kinds of, funny excitement. Instead of people to study the Bible and not, Bible says, touch not the unclean thing, be ye separate. Instead of people to separate themselves from the world, a lot of ministers, a lot of times even the church's sponsor, it's all about let's go have fun. And they take them to even a movie and all kinds of places. And the people have, a lot of Christians, Sunday churches, they become like infidels. Notice, like the world. So a lot of times when they hear the truth, instead of them to study their Bible, just like the Bereans, the Bible. Remember when Paul preached to Bereans, notice, Bible said they search the scriptures. And that's how they find out the truth and they accept Jesus Christ. And now a lot of Sunday churches, a lot of, members, all they're saying is, my pastor says, my pastor says. And that's the crying that a lot of times you hear from them. Because their pastors are, they hypnotize them. Friends, Timothy, notice, Timothy was a pastor. But you never heard from Paul that Paul says, well, because Timothy says, or Mary Magdalene, or even Peter, or, one of their apostle or disciple will say, well, we have to go by Timothy's rule because he's a pastor. And my pastor says, friends. And again, Bible says, study to show thyself approved. Master is not greater than his servant. And then the servant also, notice, is not greater than his master. Friends, Vatican II, 1960s, Roman Catholic Church. Notice the Vatican. This Sunday are Jesuit. Notice they are Jesuit. They take leadership in a lot of churches, especially Sunday churches. They are Masons, and you name them. And when they take leadership, they uniting all the churches to so-called the mother of the church, Roman Catholic Church. They are ecumenical unity. And according to Revelation chapter 18, God says, "Come out of her, my people." Because the woman represents the church. God has his true church. And this is the false church, apostasy church. They wearing the mask of Christianity, so that people would think that they are good people. Because during Dark Ages, there was pagans. They're not Christians. All they want is the power. They conquer the world, the money, and worldly things. Because if they use the Christian name, people will think they're okay, so that people don't find out who they are. Friends, the devil goes to church. So if you are making your pastor or whoever they are, if you are making them a god, friend, you are preparing yourself for the mark of the beast. Because the Bible helps us to understand that a curse is the man who makes flesh his right arm and his heart departing from the Lord. So don't make a flesh your right arm. Trust only God, Jesus Christ, the one who died for you. Jesus Christ is coming. That's why now they fill in their churches with all kinds of unholy traffic. You name it. Rock and roll, so-called gospel, and also, rap, so-called gospel. Now everything that has to do with the word, they bring into, a lot of Sunday churches. And some of the churches, but like I said, special Sunday churches. And the churches, their churches has become like a club. And behind the scene, the papacy, Roman Catholic Church is doing that. Because Vatican II, like I said, they send their Jesuit order. And the Masons, the Jesuit, they infiltrating their churches. And they take leadership like a pastors. And they're uniting them to Roman Catholic Church. And they're destroying their religion, their worship. Because they want to make them infidels. Because you know what? During Dark Ages, just like I explained to you, they used to protest, and Sunday churches, their forefathers, they used to protest against Roman Catholic Church, their traditions. So they don't want them to protest against them anymore, especially the mark of the beast. So they're destroying them. And that's why now they become like an infidels, friends. It's not too late. Jesus Christ cared for you. You got to make intelligent decision. Don't make flesh your right arm, friends. You can't trust your salvation to mankind. A sinful mankind. Notice, you can't do that. Notice, friends, just before the close of probation, every uncouth thing will be demonstrated. There will be a shouting with drums, music, and dancing. And the senses of rational being will become so confused that they cannot be trusted to make a right decision. And this is calling the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit never revealed itself in such method, in such a bedlam of noise. This is an invention of Satan. Friends, if you are getting drunk or smoking, whether it's a weed or whatever that it is, or if you are using cocaine and all kinds of, unholy traffic, like a worldly things, like a weed and all that satanic stuff, you are preparing yourself for the mark of the beast. Or if you are eating dirty meat, dead animals and all kinds of stuff that sometimes when they die, they prepare a lot of places, and you're eating all that stuff, you are preparing yourself for the mark of the beast, because heaven is a holy place. And those we are going to go to heaven by the grace of God. We got to be holy by the grace of God. We have to obey God. If you pray to Jesus Christ, He's going to help you to overcome everything that you think it's impossible. Because according to Bible, all things is possible for the one who believes. So you have to believe God. He's the one who created heaven and the earth. He